Chapter 13. Charlie Chaplin's exciting journey in movies and a special love. Charlie Chaplin had a really interesting time in the movie world. He had to deal with things that were hard and things that were awesome. He faced new challenges, like making a movie without anyone getting hurt to show peace. People who had been soldiers in wars really liked his movies, and this made people notice him. In the year 1919, he helped start a movie company called United Artists. This company was special because it was run by artists, not just people who wanted money. This made him very famous. When the 1920s came, a time when everyone loved to have fun, Chaplin did really well in Hollywood's busy movie world. In 1921, he made his first big movie called Kid. It was about when he was a kid, and a lot of people loved it. Even though there were big changes happening in movies, like when they started using sound, Chaplin's fame kept growing. The first big movie with sound was The Jazz Singer, and it came out in 1927. Despite these changes, Chaplin stayed super famous. When movies started using sound, Charlie Chaplin had a choice to make. He could keep making movies without words or try the new way with sound. Even though it was hard, he chose to keep making silent movies. But then, in the year 1929, a big problem called the Great Depression happened. This made lots of movie theaters close because people didn't have much money. Chaplin did something special during this tough time. He made movies without words that meant a lot to people. One of these movies was City Lights. Even though it had no talking, it showed feelings and gave comfort to people during the Great Depression. Hollywood also started making movies that could make people feel better during this hard time. Chaplin's other movie, Modern Times, talked about things happening in the real world. It showed how factories and machines were changing life, and how some people had a lot of money while others didn't. When World War II was getting close, Chaplin made a movie in 1940 called The Great Dictator. It used funny things to talk about a serious problem, a person named Adolf Hitler who was causing trouble. This showed how Chaplin could mix comedy with talking about important things. He showed this in his movies, and it helped people understand both fun and serious stuff. It's like he made a big impact on both entertainment and talking about important topics. Chapter 14. Charlie Chaplin's brave choice to make The Great Dictator. When Charlie Chaplin decided to make The Great Dictator, a movie that made fun of Adolf Hitler and Nazism, people were excited but also worried. This was a time when World War II was close, and things were really tense. Chaplin was taking a big risk because his movie could make people from different places angry. Even though there could be big problems, Chaplin didn't change his mind about the movie. He knew it was important to use funny things to show how silly Hitler's ideas were. He wanted to show that Hitler was like a clown, not a serious leader. The movie was meant to laugh at and make fun of Hitler. It wanted to tell a message that everyone around the world could understand. Chaplin was brave to make this movie, even though it could have caused trouble. He wanted to use humor to show that Hitler's ideas were strange and to let everyone know that he wasn't as powerful as he acted. The movie tried to make fun of Hitler and tell a message that was important for everyone, no matter where they were from. Chapter 15. The Great Dictator and Charlie Chaplin's Impact During World War II. When The Great Dictator came out, it was a very important time. Hitler was taking over places, and World War II was starting. But this movie got a lot of attention. People really wanted to watch it. And it even made a lot of money at the theaters. It was as popular as big movies like Gone with the Wind. After it was shown, people had different feelings about the movie. Some people, like the New York Times, liked how Chaplin was brave enough to make fun of Hitler. They said the movie did a special thing by using humor to talk about important politics. But not everyone felt the same way. Some people didn't like it and said bad things about it. In the end, The Great Dictator became one of the most famous movies by Charlie Chaplin. He was really strong to make a movie about Hitler and Nazism during a tough time. He showed how powerful satire could be. This kind of humor could talk about serious problems and connect with people all over the world. One of the most liked people from the 20th century, Charlie Chaplin, and one of the most criticized people in history, Adolf Hitler, are connected because of a movie called The Great Dictator. This movie came out in 1940. In this film, Chaplin plays two roles. One is Adenoid Hinkle, a leader who looks like Hitler and has the same kind of mustache. The other role is a Jewish barber who people think is Hinkle. The Great Dictator is a brave movie that makes fun of Hitler's Nazi Germany. Even though it was risky and could have been stopped by the people in charge, Chaplin was sure about making it. He wanted to make people laugh all around the world and also show how bad dictatorship and war are. Many people went to see the movie, and it did really well at the box office. It's still one of the best things Chaplin ever made.